What am I supposed to do with the coverage around Tom Brady? I told you this when he took the sabbatical for 11 days and he was able somehow to come back with the quote, "I'm 45, a lot of shit happens." I've, throughout his career, marveled at Tom Brady's ability to keep all things private. With that level of fame, we don't allow you to make those choices. We are invasive. And TMZ and others are now very comfortable reporting gossip about his marriage. I don't know what's true, what's not true. What I immediately assumed when he had 11 days off is that there was emergency stuff that needed to be tended to, and we went down the path, hypothetically, of how does Gisele Bündchen, who is every bit as successful in her realm, which is also difficult. People think it's just taking pictures, Stugotz. You just take pictures. It's a difficult way to make a living. She was, or is, the world supermodel. And she's had to sacrifice her career and been quoted as saying, Tom gets to focus on his career and I have to take care of the kids, but I also have a career. She's been quoted by him as saying that she wants him back home. She wants him to be done with football. What an interesting conundrum to have, Stugotz, because all of us as men would want the fountain of youth forever in our careers, but what makes his career any more important than her career?
No, it's a great point. And nothing really makes his career more important than her career. Dan, he said it. I'm 45. I've got a lot of shit going on. And it's true. They have a lot of stuff going on at this time of their life. That he has a kid who's just started playing high school football. They have two or three other kids. She wants to move on with her career. She wants Tom to be home more, to be with the kids, to be a better father, to be a better husband, and to free up some time so she can go pursue some of the things that she wants to do. I mean, I think this is just like what you do with it. I don't think you do anything with it. I think they have to work it out, figure it out, because they're going through what a lot of married couples.
I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what. Wait a minute. I'm not.
It feels icky talking about their marriage before we know for sure he wasn't on The Masked Singer.
This is what I am asking.
I think he acknowledged this, Billy, on his own radio show. So
I'm asking you, Stugotz, when I ask you what am I supposed to do with it, there are things that are allowed to be private, but we do not allow famous people to have their privacies. And while I don't know what is going on in their marriage, there's a lot of reporting that doesn't feel very firm, that doesn't feel very good. It seems like, doesn't mean it's wrong, but there's reporting about big fights. And I really don't know how to discuss the most prominent athlete in America, what's going on in his marriage, what's fair to discuss as soon as he takes the 11 days off. You'll remember that we left Tiger Woods and that stuff all alone right up until there was a police report and there's a golf club through the back window of his car. And now all of a sudden the privacy gets breached everywhere because they've invited us in with details. Once Tom Brady leaves for 11 days, that you could keep some of this stuff private right up until he leaves for 11 days. Then you've got teammates are bothered by this, even if he's Tom Brady. Nobody likes a different set of rules in that workplace.
Teammates? They can shut up. Like what teammate does Tom Brady have that's like, Tom, you got to pull your own weight around here, buddy.
But Tom Brady would be that guy for other people. Like, this is unprofessional behavior on the eve of a season to just often leave. That the sort of future of this organization is on the whims of a 45-year-old. Like, it is sort of bizarre. It's a very bizarre working environment for a sports team. It might work because Tom Brady has overcome everything that's come his way in his career. But, yeah, I mean, this is not the way to start an NFL season. It's not professional by any standard. And I do sort of wonder, like, because you brought up Tiger Woods. What have we learned, I guess, in the 13 years since? We talked about what have we learned in the aftermath of Manti Te'o. Like, wedging ourselves in the personal relationships, celebrity couples that are in the headlines all the time, like, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Like, what have we actually learned
That was dicier, though, Woody. There was infidelity involved. There was a golf club to the back of his car involved. Like, there was other stuff involved there. Just this,
but we wedged,
this just
we
seems to
wedged
be like a
ourselves-
guy. This seems to be like a guy in Tom Brady who is still great at this thing that he does and has no reason it's still being this great at his profession, and they're trying to figure out how to work their way through it. That's what it seems like from the reporting, where, she wants him to be home more. He probably made promises that he would be home more, and he's not fulfilling those promises, and she's had enough of it. And so, I mean, it's a totally different situation.
But again, what have we learned, right? Like, are we in a position to judge from on high the relationships of other people? Like, that's sort of, I think, what we've learned about celebrity culture in the last few years. Have we not? Like, and it's in the newspapers, right? It's in the New York Post, page 6. It's in People magazine. There are a bunch of sources, saying things about the relationship dynamic between this couple. At the same time, though, like, I've never really been that comfortable with that, and I'm not going to speculate until things develop.
That's
right?
not the part of this that I'm interested in. Whether or not they're having marital problems is not the part I'm interested in. The part I'm interested in is just Tom Brady at 45 years old has no precedence for his excellence, and now we're asking him for balance at a position that's inherently lopsided, where Drew Brees is always in the facility at 10 p.m. and he's saying, as everyone's leaving, excellence is lonely. If a wife requests balance from you and you're in that position, can you give her balance? Is it even possible during an NFL season? My wife doesn't like when football comes around. My wife rolls her eyes at September because her Sundays get taken. I'm not kidding you.
Join the club.
I'm not joking. She's like, how long is this thing? This was this week. I'm like, oh, we go
They
till
added
February.
another week to this last
there are
year.
more games.
Thank God.
Is it possible, is what I'm asking you, Stugotz, is what just
Oh, you have to work Sunday night. Great.
is what Giselle Bundchen is what a wife or a partner might be requesting from Tom Brady? Is it possible?
Yeah, I think it is. Like, at this point, Whittingham, I understand what you're saying. If you're one of his teammates, though, when Brady says, hey, I am going to show up to the stadium once a week, no more practices, I'm done. I'll be there at 12:45, enough time to get the pads on, maybe get a quick stretch in, work out the shoulder a little bit, make a couple of throws to Mike Evans, okay? And I'm going to leave at 4:05. I am gone. Occasionally, I'll be there at 3:55 for a 4:05 start. I'll be gone by 7:15, home in time for dinner. If he said that to you, you're one of his teammates, okay? You are agreeing to that on the spot. Are you not? I mean, who cares? If anyone could pull that off with no practice and just show up for the games, Tom Brady could pull it off. And so, yeah, there's a way where he just shows up for the games. Who cares?
And you tell your teteammates, look, if this is an issue, blame Gabbert, okay?
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
the option.
Right. Here
So,
are your choices. Right here. Kyle Trask.